almost there. Just got to get over this last bit. Alright. Yeah, I finally met up with the footpath, but it had me going up this bit. I don't know if you can see how steep that is, but it was quite the scramble to get up here. So yeah, not the route I intended to do, but I'll explain a little bit more of that tonight at camp. So yep, just a little bit longer to go. Almost there. Here we are. Not a bad spot. Our destination is that little island in the middle of the Lynn. Ooh. Wow, look at this little island. How cool is this? It is super windy though. Alright, looks like this will be the pitch for tonight, either here or over there, and clearly people have been here before, because as you can see there's remnants of a fire. It's sad. So I'm gonna have to be really careful how I pitch the tent. I'm thinking I'm either gonna, this is actually pretty soggy, so I think I'm actually gonna pitch it a little bit closer to the edge over here. Looks like the wind's coming down this direction, so yeah, I'll do my best to wait for the strongest gust to see which direction it's coming from so I can pitch it appropriately. If you take a look up there, there's Crib Gawk, which I've hiked. I'll put a link up there if you're interested in seeing me hike that ridge. So yeah, not a huge fan of pitching on this spot right here, but it is the biggest, and it's heading directly into the wind. So yeah, I think this is going to be it, even though it's a bit soggy. Well, that took a bit longer than I anticipated. Oh my goodness. You'll probably only see like a minute or two, but that took probably about 20 minutes to set up. But I finally got it set up. It was kind of hard to squeeze it into the space because I don't want to go too much into the plants and stuff over that way or this way, and the spot over there wasn't big enough, so this was kind of the only spot. It is squishy, but I do have a ground sheet, so the ground sheet and this, I'm not going to get wet. Alright, so time to get settled in a little bit, get something warmer on. It's actually not too cold out. I think it's only 6, but with the wind chill it's quite a bit colder, so. Much better. Just wanted to come up here real quick before it gets dark and take a look at the little island with the tent on it. Such a cool spot. It's a bit windier than mountain forecast predicted though, which isn't unusual. So Snowdon's just over that peak. And you have Crib Goch right there. That's where we're camped tonight. Pretty cool. Alright, well, I wanted to get the drone up, but that's just not going to happen in these winds. It's just too windy for the drone. I don't know, it's supposed to rain through the night, but if it's not raining when I get up tomorrow morning, I'll try to take it up so I can show you guys. Still a little bit of snow hanging on up there. Winter's definitely done though. It's much warmer out. The wind's still pretty cold with the wind, but it's definitely warmer out. So, alright, I'm getting blown over. Time to get back down there. Back in the Nammatj. It's like being in a hotel, it's so big. Yeah, I hung out outside for a little bit. Yeah, just get some shots of the tent, look around. Such a cool area. There's actually 2 Lins up here. This is Lin Gloss, I believe. And then there's one more, I can't remember the name of it, just up the mountain a tiny bit more. But yeah, just really, really cool spot. So, alright, I'm gonna get unpacked, and I think it's time for a beverage. Didn't bring the big foam mat tonight because it's not meant to get below freezing. I think 5 is the minimum temperature. That's without wind chill, of course, but in here I don't need to worry about that. ventilation in here. Alright guys, I think I forgot to say hello. So welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I am in Snowdonia. I think I mentioned on the hike that things didn't quite go as planned. I actually planned to come to this spot, but I planned to park at the kind of like the visitor center area, like where you would normally hike up Snowdon, that big car park over there. And normally you have to pre-book the ticket the night before, and you can book an overnight stay. However, because it's the winter season and I wasn't aware of this, you can still do an overnight, but you can only get that ticket after 6:30, which wasn't going to work because it is actually, it's probably now only, actually no, it's not even 6:30 yet. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So I had to park in a different spot a little bit further down the pass, just kind of at a lay-by. Hopefully the car's there in the morning. So I didn't really have a footpath. So I basically just came straight up the mountain to this spot using the map and my GPS. So yeah, I didn't really have a path until the very, very end. I was able to pick up a footpath that actually comes this way. So yeah, so it was a bit more strenuous with no path and just trying to figure out my way. It's actually quite a steep incline going this way. So yeah, so it was tough, but made it. And it is an absolutely gorgeous spot. I've been wanting to come here for a while. I actually saw it when I did that crib gawk path, but when I was hiking that ridge, I actually remember seeing this lens. So it's been on the list, and I've actually seen other people camp here before, so I've been wanting to come and check it out myself. And yeah, so that's where we are tonight. Got to get water. So I'm going to get unpacked a little bit more, get a little more comfortable, maybe grab a beer, and we'll go ahead and start cooking. Alright, so tonight's beverage is Order of the Faith, a double IPA from Northern Monk. I've had this many times. Very good, but nice to have a nice cold beer. It's a reward for the long hike, and it'll put a few carbohydrates back in me. So, cheers, guys. So it's about 6:20. I'm actually pretty hungry, so let's make some food. On the menu tonight is a Thai salmon curry. Pretty excited. Let's get started. Alright, so this is my salmon curry. Nice and spicy. It's coconutty. Just so good. Alright, I'm going to tuck into this and I'll get back with you soon. Starting to get a bit windy out. It is supposed to, pretty much through the night. It's not supposed to be anything too crazy. Some pretty strong gusts, but I'm in the Nammatj, so not worried about it at all. As you can see, this thing holds up extremely well, and because it is so big, I think the perceived amount of wind is less as well, just because you can be away from the walls of the tent, unlike some of my one-man Hillebergs, which are fine in this kind of wind, but you can't be away from the inner too much. So yeah, you can be in the middle of this thing and you won't even really feel anything. You'll just hear it. But I have earplugs for tonight, so this was kind of expected. The rain's supposed to start around, I think, 1 a.m. It is all supposed to stop around 6 a.m., so I should wake up and hopefully it should be overcast but nice out, so we'll see. And if that's the case, I'd love to get the drone out since I hiked it all the way up here, just to give you a better idea of this area, because I was walking around a little bit. It's just absolutely stunning spot. So I'd really like to share that with you guys. So I'm just going to hang out for a little bit. Might make myself a cup of tea. And yeah, I'll get back with you right before bed. Can't have a fire, but this makes a nice warm glow and provides a bit of heat, which is nice. These things produce so much heat. It's really nice. Oh, alright guys, so it's been about, what time is it? 10 o'clock? So it's been about 2 hours or so since I've talked to you last. As you can hear, the rain has started. It's been probably raining about an hour now, and it's supposed to continue throughout the night. I did get a little bit of service. It's a little bit colder. I think it's around 2 degrees, it said. It's actually 8 degrees inside the tent, but I did have the heater going for a little bit with the Primus Lantern, which was nice, because I could turn this off and just have that nice warm glow. But yeah, I haven't been doing much, just thinking, relaxing, listening to the wind, the rain, and yeah. So winter is ending. I'm plenty toasty in this bag, so I'm probably not even going to heat up the hot water bottles tonight. Yeah, it should be plenty warm in here. I will miss the winter, but yeah, longer days mean longer hikes, so looking forward to it. Alright, I will catch you in the morning. Talk to you later. Good night. I woke up to use the toilet, but I just realized I left the vent open, and my camera, I had left it right here and it was getting absolutely soaked. I have to check it to make sure it's okay. Yeah, no condensation in the tent, but with the driving rain like this, you can't leave the vents open because it's just, the water's just pouring in. It's not too bad, but this is where I had my camera, so sitting here getting soaked. I had no idea. I gotta zip these up a bit. Oh well, lesson learned. Yeah, everything's dry inside the tent though. Just, yeah, you can't, I mean, this is super thin mesh, so the wind's just pushing the rain in, so I just have to close it up a little bit. Oh well, lesson learned. I'm just gonna check my camera and make sure it's okay. Rookie mistake. Alright, problem fixed. I just had to zip it up a little bit on the ends, and now water's not coming in. Yeah. I knew it was gonna rain, I just didn't take into consideration the wind and the rain. I'm just gonna check the back there. It should be fine, but I did leave the vent open like this, so just gonna make sure. Okay, so yeah, I did it right this side, like I did over there. Yeah, no water coming in on this side. I don't know if you guys can see. Let's see what the temperature is in here. Yeah, almost 10 degrees still. So it's definitely nice and toasty in here. Alright, everything's good now. Back to bed. Night. Good morning. I've just been laying here for probably the last half hour. It's around 6:30. The wind has finally died down. It's still raining a little bit, but that's supposed to have died down around 6. So I'm hoping it continues to stop. It was a pretty long night. I slept well, but my earplugs, I never got to use them. They were like sealed in a package, but they never, I don't know if you can see that, they never kind of reinflated, I guess. So they're completely like just flat. So they're not really spongy anymore. So I could use those. So I just kind of dealt with it. Wasn't too bad though. I was so tired I slept anyway, but I just had some wild dreams. Anyways, yeah, it was pretty windy. But the tent is totally fine. No condensation at all. Given that wind, I wouldn't expect there to be any. Time to get up and make my coffee. Switch it up this morning and have a tea that I didn't end up having last night, and have the coffee when I get on the road. Cheers, guys. one of the benefits of having this big vent is you really get a great view. You don't even have to get out of the tent to see anything. It has a really nice view of Crib Goch. It's kind of cool. Well, I had a view of Crib Goch. Now it's covered in cloud. Considering it's still very much raining and there's some pretty big gusts, it doesn't look like the drone's going to come out. Just unfortunate packing that thing and lugging it up here. But that's how it is sometimes. It just means I'll have to move back because I really do want to show you this area. Or at least I want to capture it for myself on camera. So yeah, really cool spot though. So it's looking more and more likely that I'm just going to have to go ahead and put the camera away and start filming with the GoPro outside, because as far as I know, the rain was supposed to continue throughout the day, and I was supposed to get a brief period in the morning. I was hoping that I could get out of here without getting wet, but it just doesn't look like that's going to be the case this morning, so oh well. Almost packed up here, then we're going to step out and start packing up the tent. I came up here to get a view of the tent, and I just realized that my path off the island is gone. Oh boy. Yeah. Luckily I have waterproof boots, but I don't know quite how deep it is, so we'll have to see. Oh, actually it's raised quite a bit, because this was all ground yesterday. Yeah, none of that water was there. Okay, so that'll be interesting. I knew it was going to rain, and I knew the water would rise a little bit, but I'll still be able to get across, but potentially not with dry boots, unfortunately. Such a cool spot, though. Absolutely incredible. All right, leave no trace as always. I tried to cover up someone else's mess, and I covered the fire pit with just stones, so now it looks a bit more like a stone mound instead of a actual fire pit. So all right, now the next challenge is going to be to get across this without getting completely soaked or falling in. Oh, this is gonna suck. So the GoPro is currently on the tripod, so I'm actually gonna use that to get through this as well. So hopefully I can keep us as dry as possible for as long as possible. At least keep our balance, because these rocks are slippery and they're not exactly stable. Oh geez. Yeah, look at the first step. Completely under. Oh my gosh, this is gonna suck. Oh, just try to make it as quick as possible. Oh Jesus, I went in the top of the boot. Oh. Well, that was unsuccessful. Went right in the top of my boot. So my toes are dry, but now they're slowly getting soaked by the water coming down through. Oh well. So that's the island we were on, covered in fog now. Absolutely gorgeous spot. Oh geez, I forgot about this. One more to get through. Oh. All right, soaked boots and all. So now the difficult part is getting back down from here. The way I came up yesterday was extremely steep, and it was relatively dry. I don't know if I want to go down that with all the rocks wet right now. So I believe if I actually head up this way instead of that way, I can actually run into another trail, which I think I saw on my way up, which did not look as steep. I'm gonna take a look at my footpath app real quick and just check it out one more time before making the decision. All right, so looking at the map, it does look a little less steep, but it's gonna add at least a half a mile to a mile to my route, and I don't think I want to do that. So I'm just going to go the way I did, but I'm going to try to find kind of my own route down that's hopefully not over those rocks that I was worried about yesterday. So I've started making my way down. This is definitely going to be one of those hikes where it's harder getting down than it was getting up, because everything's wet, and yeah, it's just really slippy. Looks beautiful like this though, doesn't it? Such a cool place. This is that bit I was worried about, but I'm almost done. I've only got a tiny bit more to go. But yeah, definitely not easy with a pack on, or really at all when it's this slippery, but yeah, the tripod helps a ton. So, almost there. That was fun. Easy sailing though now. But yeah, wow. Not something you want to do when it's wet out. All right, this felt like a good enough spot to sign out. So yeah, good to be back in Wales. Hopefully you like the camp. At least we got good weather yesterday. I've got about a half mile to go to get down to a footpath that's actually by the road and heads that way towards the car. Yesterday I just actually cut straight across this where I had parked, but without a footpath it was more trouble than just doing the extra distance and following the path down and then walking up. So yeah, if you have any questions, just leave them down below, and I'll see you on the next camp. Please like, share, get outside. Later.